Online reviews are everywhere, our go-to guide for every purchase. But what if those glowing recommendations are just illusions crafted to manipulate you? Fake reviews are rampant, silently shaping your choices. The result? Consumers are misled on a massive scale, their trust exploited and wallets emptied by carefully constructed lies. Why do we fall for fake reviews? Our brains crave social proof and fear loss. Hundreds of positive reviews trigger our instinct to trust, while loss aversion and confirmation bias make us seek validation for what we already want. Fake reviews exploit these biases, nudging us to buy by tapping into our deepest psychological tendencies. Online reviews once promised transparency, a digital handshake empowering consumers with honest feedback. They were meant to level the playing field, letting real experiences guide our choices. For a moment, it seemed the internet had delivered a fairer, more accountable marketplace. But businesses saw the power of reviews and began gaming the system. Paid reviews, fake ratings, and platform complicity turned trust into a commodity. The digital handshake became a rigged game, where the highest bidder buys approval. Social media blurred the line between real consumers and paid influencers. Bombarded by curated, often fake content, we grow cynical and paralyzed by doubt. The abundance of choice now breeds anxiety, as trust becomes a rare commodity online. On Amazon, fake reviews are everywhere. Free products for praise, black market review rings, and relentless manipulation. Despite efforts to fight back, the sheer scale makes it nearly impossible to police. Shoppers are left to navigate a sea of deception with little more than skepticism. Review manipulation isn't just on Amazon. Google and Yelp are battlegrounds too. Agencies flood platforms with fake positives or negatives, distorting reputations and sabotaging rivals. Consumers, unaware of the extent, make choices based on information that may be entirely fabricated. Influencers, once trusted voices, now blur the line between genuine and paid promotion. Sponsored content and fake followers create a marketplace of inauthenticity. Social media, once a source of real connection, is now an echo chamber of paid endorsements. Fake reviews exploit our instinct for social proof. If everyone loves it, it must be good. We trust the crowd, letting manufactured consensus override our judgment. In the end, we become willing participants in our own deception. Fake reviews prey on our fear of missing out and loss aversion. Scarcity tactics and glowing testimonials push us to buy impulsively, fearing regret. We cling to these narratives, convincing ourselves we've made the right choice. Confirmation bias, which is basically our tendency to favor information that confirms our existing beliefs, really cements the power of fake reviews. When we're already interested in a product, we're just way more likely to trust positive reviews, even if they raise a few red flags. Our brains, eager to validate those pre-existing desires, kind of latch on to the positive stuff while conveniently overlooking the negative or suspicious details. This sort of selective attention is what allows fake reviews to flourish, since they provide exactly the validation we're looking for. We scroll through pages of glowing testimonials, and honestly, our desire for the product just grows with each positive review. We become blind to the formulaic language, the lack of detail, or the suspiciously similar wording, all too eager to embrace the narrative that lines up with our purchasing impulse. This confirmation bias gets even stronger thanks to the design of many online platforms. Recommendation algorithms, which are built to keep us engaged and clicking, often create these echo chambers of information that just reinforce our existing preferences. We're shown products similar to the ones we've already viewed or bought, and the accompanying reviews are often skewed toward the positive, which only solidifies our belief that we're making the right choice. The result is this self-perpetuating cycle of confirmation. our desire for a product leads us to seek out positive reviews, which then strengthen our resolve to make the purchase. Fake reviews, by exploiting this cognitive bias, seamlessly blend into this cycle, becoming the seemingly trustworthy voices that nudge us toward a purchase we might not have made otherwise. Spotting fake reviews? Well, it really requires a discerning eye, a healthy dose of skepticism, and a good understanding of the tactics used by those who deal in deception. While sophisticated algorithms and paid review farms are out there churning out more and more convincing fakes, there are still some telltale signs that can help you separate genuine feedback from manufactured praise. Learning to decode the language of deception is just crucial for navigating the tricky world of online reviews. One of the most common red flags is the use of overly generic language. Fake reviews often lack the specificity and detail that you'd expect from real feedback. Instead of describing specific features or experiences, they tend to use vague superlatives like amazing, fantastic, or the best ever. These empty accolades, while they sound positive, just don't have the substance and authenticity of genuine praise. Another thing to watch for is the overuse of hyperbolic language. Fake reviews often go overboard with exclamation points, emojis, and effusive praise that honestly borders on the absurd. Sure, genuine excitement for a product can definitely come through in reviews. But if you see an overabundance of gushing enthusiasm, that should raise a red flag. Authentic reviewers are more likely to express their satisfaction in a measured and balanced way. Also, pay close attention to the repetition of certain phrases or keywords. Fake review farms often use templates or scripts, so you'll notice a suspicious uniformity in the language used across multiple reviews. If you see the same phrases or descriptions popping up verbatim in lots of reviews, that's a strong indication that you're looking at manufactured feedback. Genuine reviewers usually bring their own unique perspectives and voices to their reviews, which results in a more diverse and authentic range of language. While the language of a review can definitely offer valuable clues, it's just as important to scrutinize the reviewers themselves. Fake review profiles often have certain characteristics that really give away their inauthenticity. By paying attention to these red flags, you can seriously reduce your chances of being misled by fabricated feedback. One of the most obvious signs of a fake reviewer is a lack of profile information. Real reviewers usually have detailed profiles complete with profile pictures, review histories, and info about their interests and preferences. Fake accounts, on the other hand, are often pretty sparse, lacking personal touches or any indication that there's an actual person behind the screen. Also, be wary of accounts that have only posted positive reviews. While, sure, some people might genuinely love every product they come across, it's just not likely for someone to have nothing but glowing praise for every single item they've bought or service they've used. Fake reviewers, especially those working to inflate ratings, are less likely to have a balanced review history. Another thing to look for is the timing of reviews. If you see a sudden influx of overwhelmingly positive reviews, especially for a newly released product, that should definitely raise your suspicion. This could be a sign of a coordinated effort to manipulate the product's initial ratings. Real reviews tend to accumulate organically over time, reflecting a wider range of experiences and opinions. Remember, spotting fake reviews is an ongoing process of vigilance and critical thinking. There's really no single foolproof method, but by combining a healthy dose of skepticism with an understanding of the tactics used by those who manipulate online feedback, you can become a more informed and discerning consumer, making choices based on genuine experiences rather than fabricated narratives. In the age of rampant online deception, arming yourself with the right tools and strategies is crucial for navigating the digital marketplace with confidence. While fake reviews may seem, pretty much everywhere, you don't have to surrender to a culture of distrust. By adopting a proactive approach to online shopping, you can significantly reduce your chances of falling prey to manufactured narratives and make more informed purchasing decisions. One of your most valuable allies in the fight against fake reviews is honestly technology itself. Several websites and browser extensions have emerged specifically to combat review manipulation. Websites like FakeSpot and ReviewMeta analyze review patterns, looking for signs of inauthenticity and providing an adjusted star rating that more accurately reflects the product's true reception. These tools use sophisticated algorithms to identify suspicious language reviewer behavior, and other red flags, helping you cut through the clutter of fake reviews and get a clearer picture of a product's true worth. Beyond these specialized tools, simple adjustments to your online shopping habits can make a world of difference. When browsing reviews on platforms like Amazon, consider sorting by most recent or lowest rating, instead of defaulting to the top reviews setting. This allows you to bypass the often manipulated top results and get a more balanced perspective on the product's strengths and weaknesses. Remember, a product with a few less than perfect reviews is often a sign of authenticity, indicating that the seller isn't engaging in aggressive reputation management. Don't limit yourself to online reviews alone. Take the time to research products and services from multiple sources. Read articles, watch independent video reviews, and seek out forums or communities where users share their experiences. By diversifying your sources of information, you can gain a more holistic understanding of a product's pros and cons, reducing your reliance on potentially biased online reviews. Ultimately, the most powerful weapon in the fight against fake reviews is your own critical thinking. Don't allow yourself to be swayed by the sheer volume of reviews or the allure of a 5-star rating. Remember that behind every review there's a person, or, in the case of fake reviews, an algorithm designed to influence your behavior. Approach online reviews with a healthy dose of skepticism, questioning motives, and looking for evidence to support the claims being made. Train yourself to look beyond the star rating. A product with thousands of 5-star reviews might seem impressive, but a closer look at the content of those reviews might reveal a different story. Are the reviews detailed and specific, or do they rely on vague superlatives and generic praise? Do they reflect a diversity of experiences, or do they all sound suspiciously similar? By engaging critically with the content of reviews, you can start to distinguish between genuine feedback and manufactured enthusiasm. Don't be afraid to trust your gut instinct. If something feels off about a product or a review, there's a good chance your intuition is onto something. Maybe the language seems too polished, the praise too effusive, or the reviewer's profile raises red flags. Don't dismiss these feelings as paranoia. They're often your subconscious mind picking up on subtle cues of deception. Remember, you have the power to reshape the online marketplace. By becoming a more discerning and vocal consumer, you can send a powerful message to businesses and platforms that prioritize profit over authenticity. Support businesses that are transparent about their practices and engage in ethical marketing. Leave thoughtful, detailed reviews that reflect your genuine experiences, both positive and negative. By reclaiming your power as a consumer, you can help create a digital world where trust is earned, not bought, and where online reviews once again become a reliable guide to navigating the vast landscape of choices. The proliferation of fake reviews isn't just a minor annoyance or an occasional inconvenience. It represents a fundamental erosion of trust in the digital age. This carefully orchestrated deception has a real-world cost, impacting not only our wallets but also our faith in the systems designed to inform our choices. When we can no longer trust the information presented to us online, it creates a climate of uncertainty, suspicion, and ultimately, paralysis. The financial implications are staggering. Consumers, misled by fabricated narratives, waste billions of dollars each year on products and services that fail to live up to their inflated promises. Small businesses, struggling to compete in a rigged game, are often forced to close their doors, unable to overcome the damage inflicted by malicious competitors or the overwhelming presence of fake reviews. The entire ecosystem of online commerce suffers when trust is undermined, as consumers become increasingly wary of making purchases based on online information alone. But the true cost of this deception extends far beyond monetary losses. It erodes our faith in the very notion of online community, turning what was once a space for shared experiences and authentic connection into a battleground for manipulation and deceit. We become cynical, jaded, and increasingly reluctant to trust the recommendations of others, even those with whom we share common interests or values. The fabric of online interaction frays, replaced by a pervasive sense of doubt and suspicion. Despite the challenges, restoring trust in the digital age is not an insurmountable task. It requires a multi-pronged approach, involving consumers, businesses, and platforms working together to create a more transparent and accountable online marketplace. By acknowledging the problem, implementing safeguards, and promoting a culture of ethical engagement, we can begin to rebuild the foundations of trust that have been so severely shaken. Consumers must remain vigilant, arming themselves with the tools and knowledge necessary to identify and combat fake reviews. By becoming more discerning shoppers, questioning claims, and seeking out diverse sources of information, we can disrupt the cycle of deception and reward businesses that prioritize authenticity over manipulation. Our collective awareness and active participation are crucial for shifting the balance of power back towards genuine feedback and informed decision-making. Businesses, too, have a crucial role to play. Embracing ethical marketing practices, focusing on building genuine relationships with customers, and refraining from engaging in manipulative tactics are essential steps towards restoring trust. Transparency is key. Openly addressing negative reviews, acknowledging shortcomings, and demonstrating a commitment to customer satisfaction can go a long way towards building a reputation for honesty and integrity. Platforms like Amazon, Google, and Yelp, as the gatekeepers of online information, bear a significant responsibility for combating fake reviews. Investing in more robust verification mechanisms, implementing stricter penalties for those who engage in manipulation, and prioritizing user trust over short-term profits are crucial steps towards creating a fairer and more transparent online marketplace. Their algorithms, often exploited to amplify deception, should be redesigned to prioritize authentic feedback and surface genuine experiences. The fight against fake reviews is not a lost cause. It's a call to action for all of us to become more conscious, discerning, and engaged participants in the digital world. By demanding transparency, rewarding authenticity, and refusing to be passive victims of manipulation, we can reclaim the power of online information and create a digital landscape where trust, once again, becomes the foundation for meaningful connection, informed decision-making, and a thriving online community.